Guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to FIFA 21. This is episode 1 of the Leeds United career mode. Of course, we posted episode 0 about a day or so ago to get all your input in for this upcoming career mode, and now, with the game full and properly out, it is time for me to get underway. Welcome to Leeds, welcome to the team. This is how it is looking by default. Again, we have had a quick look at the team already, and I am going to, with the players that we have right now, pretty much facilitate a starting 11 and a bench and everything that I'd probably say would be my strongest. To be honest, I think I might keep this formation. I don't think it's actually particularly bad, and it is essentially a deeper lying 4-3-3. You know, you've got your CDM instead of 2 centre mids and a centre attacking mid, and instead of left wingers and right wingers, you've just got a left mid and a right mid, which are basically effectively the same thing. So I don't mind this formation. I'm willing to give it a go. But bear with me. I'm going to try to field the best team that I possibly can, and let's see what it looks like. So here is the team as it is right now. Casilla, 74 rated. He is higher rated than this other goalkeeper at 69, but I am aware, and I have been made aware by Leeds fans, that this boy is definitely going to have a high potential. So we'll keep him around. Hopefully he could become a decent backup, maybe even a future goalkeeper. Who knows? If we're looking at the back line, we've got Stuart Dallas, we've got Cooper, as well as Kosh and Ayling there as our back line. The midfield is going to make up of Click at centre midfield. Got CDM, Calvin Phillips still, and Hernandez is going to be there too. I've actually changed that position from centre mid to centre attacking mid so he doesn't lose his overall rating or something. But to be honest with you, I might revert it back to centre mid. I don't know why I did. I don't know exactly why I did that. Helder Costa at right midfield, so pace and dribbling on the right-hand side, as well on the left-hand side with Jack Harrison coming in. And the man that we've got up top will be Rodrigo instead of Bamford. He is 11 overall higher, and you look at his pace, his shooting, his passing, dribbling, and his even physicality. I mean, he's got amazing pace, 29 years of age, yes, sure, as we scroll down, but 6 foot tall with 91 pace. He looks like he could actually be stellar. You know, I have a certain striker that I definitely wanted to sign at some point in this career mode, but Rodrigo could be sick for at least a season or two until career mode eventually decides he's finished and he starts tanking in overall, if that is at least the case. The bench, as we mentioned before, looking a bit like this, or Alioski, if that is Alioski, yeah, is that how you say it? Regardless, left back and left midfielder who can play pretty much anywhere down that left-hand side. We've got Berardi, who can play centre-back and apparently right back and left back if need be, so a very versatile player there. I do love someone like that. Roberts, who I could play at striker as well, or centre attacking midfield if need be, or even centre mid possibly. Forshaw as well, nice well-rounded player, but for 70 overall, don't know if exactly you consider that Premier League level quality regardless. Bamford's going to the bench. We've got Somerville is a right winger with plenty of pace, and I think is a decent little option to come off for Helder Costa, or really for any of the wingers, because Costa can play on basically either side, and apparently so too can Harrison. But yeah, that's how I'm going to have the team set up. I did, of course, ask you in episode 0 a few things, a couple of questions for how we go about this career mode, and you have responded. In terms of a takeover, in terms of any added budget that we put into our transfer budget, well, I think it should be pretty obvious by the fact that we basically have the exact same amount. That no, you voted not to go with any sort of takeover at all. Not even a small one like 10 million or 50 or, 100 was obviously going to be the big one. No, the majority of you, it was fairly close, but the majority of you decided let's just stick with the money that we start with in this Leeds career mode. And so we might not be able to afford a lot of players right from the get-go, but hopefully in time we can definitely add some more players in. On top of that, I also asked you just a little smaller one. Do we go with loose or strict transfer settings? And I think I saw this coming from a mile away, but strict very convincingly won. So it's going to be not only less budget than we could have had, but it's also going to be tougher to sign players. They'll probably be more expensive, won't be able to buy players off of, say, rivals, for example, and I'm sure at some point that might come into play if, I don't know, if this FIFA 21 would still consider Manchester United and Leeds rivals, I think, potentially. So if I wanted to pick up a Man United player, might not be able to do so now. And the other thing I asked for you, the main thing was in terms of what players we actually tried to sign. I was asking for some genuine just individual players to sign, some suggestions, but more or less I wanted to know what area in the team we strengthened first, with the majority of you voting for goalkeepers and defenders. Goalkeepers won the vote, so apparently I think the majority of you would like me to go out and buy another higher rated goalkeeper, and I'm on board for that, but also strengthening the back line is definitely something I believe we should do too. When you look at the Rodrigo up top, we've got lower rated wingers, but with decent pace and dribbling, they should still hopefully be okay. The midfield, Phillips, Hernandez at 75, could maybe do with another centre mid, and we do have some options for sure. But the back line, I think, could definitely do with some improvement as well. So we'll be focusing on that. And after going through quite a fair few of your comments looking for individual players that I should potentially look for, I have been able to create a little bit of a short list. There are a few players in a bunch of different positions, a lot of midfielders, and there is one particular striker as well. Only one defender. So it was just a lot of the suggestions, a lot of the top highly rated, most voted suggestions were for players that were either wingers or mids or strikers. A lot of players that are actually linked with Leeds right now. The only defender I have is Ben White, who was a player that was playing for Leeds last season. They tried to get him they tried to get him full time off of Brighton's hands, and it didn't work out for him. But maybe I might be able to make something happen there. We've also got wingers. Daniel James, who is linked with a potential move to Leeds right now. So too is apparently Harry Wilson. So a right midfielder if we need. We have also got Cuisance. I'm probably going to have to exactly learn how to say that. Most definitely. Because I think he is target numero uno. He's the guy that is most likely going to sign for Leeds in real life, if he hasn't already by the time this video comes out. But the problem is he'll be very expensive, I think, and we might not be able to afford him straight away. We do have Rodrigo Javier de Paul, another player, this one from Udinese, an Argentinian who apparently is linked with Leeds too. We've got Ryan Sessegnon, a guy that can play again down that entire left-hand side. He'd be a nice get. Erling Haaland is obviously the guy that at some point I would love to sign in this career mode, because if you somehow don't know, Haaland was born in Leeds and has publicly said that he would one day love to play for Leeds United in real life. So I think we just have to make that happen. But 84 rated Erling Haaland worth 100 million, plus the fact that we wouldn't be able to sign him even if we had the budget. We are not even close to being able to afford him with what we have and with us not getting the takeover. So in time, we may hopefully be able to get him. But for now, I think Rodrigo should hopefully be good enough. Another option as well is Ryan Kent, who is linked with Leeds in real life too. And a man that, yes, was a marquee in the last career mode that we were doing back in FIFA 20 with Masters FC. So we could immediately get him back in another back-to-back career mode. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, we have options. Again, a lot of mids, wingers, strikers, and only one defender. No goalkeepers either. So I might take it on myself to look for a goalkeeper and some defenders. So I've gone into the Global Transfer Network. I've set up looking for first-team quality goalkeepers, fullbacks, and centre-backs with the age range between 16 and 25. Just going into the squad hub too as we look to see who all of our star men are, and I'm also going to look at some of the lower rated players that I need to transfer list and loan away. I'm also interested to see what players are loaned away. I can see 58 rated Edmondson, Stevens is 61. Doesn't look like they've got any, decently rated players out apart from De Bock, who's 27, 67 years of age. And yeah, O'Kane either. So no one that I think I could recall back and strengthen my team per se. It's all good though. One thing I might start doing is actually changing the positions of players that don't fit my formation. So if you're a right winger like Somerville here, for example, but I'm playing with right mids instead, I'm just going to convert them to be proper right midfielders. Apparently it'll take 24 weeks. And I reckon maybe one last thing we might do before we actually start advancing ahead is I'll look at my youth academy, because of course when you start career mode in FIFA 21 now, and there has been some rejigging of the youth academy, you'll actually already have players in there before you even send your scouts away. I absolutely love that, and I can already see two players that have decent damn potentials. This first one is Said Belghazi from Algeria, 17 years of age. And he has got potential, which apparently he could end up being, mid-80s. Or that is fantastic to see. 61 overall. I reckon in time, this man could potentially even find his way into the team. Who knows? We've got other players that maybe aren't as great. I mean, Sulo Lane, however the bloody Finnish want to say it, but the potential there, not amazing. Same with Torres. Amaral with a 90 plus or 90 potential is promising. He could land around about that 80 rating, which is good enough for me. You've got Bawa, if that is Suleimani Bawa, oh boy, from Ghana, 47 though, don't know about that rating. And there's also Paul Lombard. So Lombard at 54 overall, with solid potential as well, could end up mid-80s. I'm paying attention to him, and I'm of course paying attention to Belghazi as well. And you know what? Again, because I have no business for centre forwards, I'm just going to convert him into a straight up striker. Straight into the development plan. I never have centre forwards in any of my formations. It's either a centre attacking mid or a striker. So mate, that is what you are going to be. Now with training drills, by the way, the fact that you have to actually play the drill and whatever the best rating you get is what your rating will be in the future. I'm just going to do these in the background, but no, I am playing these drills. I'm trying to get that A rating, or at least as high as I possibly can anyway. So that way I'm getting the most amount of sharpness into the players for the least amount of fitness lost. So yeah, I'll be doing all these in the background. I just don't think they're going to be all that riveting for you to watch, my personal opinion, but just so that way we're getting the best that we can. Our first ever offer for one of our players is for Phillips. They're trying to get a swap deal in, but I don't even know who that player is, so I'm going to reject that. My first act as the gaffer is not going to My first act as gaffer is not going to just immediately get rid of one of our best players. No, I don't care. Whoever the other guy was. Now, because of the fact we actually don't have an awful lot of cash in our budget, the pre-season tournament, I'm actually going to kind of take a little more seriously. I am going to play my strongest team and just keep my fingers crossed that I don't pick up any injuries before the season. We quick sim ahead and get a 1-0 victory. Bamford in the 86th minute thankfully got it done for us. It doesn't look like we got any injuries either. I have been offered $3 million for Pablo Hernandez, but he's 75 rated. Yes, he's 35 years of age, but that is just unbelievable disrespect that no, I'm not going to even bother losing one of my best players for that little money. God, I tell you what, as a matter of fact, a lot of my players are not worth that much. I shouldn't be that surprised. They're all low 70 rated, but I'm still very surprised by a lot of these ratings. I mean, man, it's going to be tough. The next game we had in the preseason friendly in our group was against Genoa, so we unfortunately only got ourselves a 2-2 draw there. More drills in the background. I'm just only letting you know because it's a lot more time consuming having to do this, but at least it actually gets you to play the drills and it actually guarantees you the best results too, which I actually kind of like that as well. And the last game of our group, we currently sit second, and there's a chance that we might not get through. We still risked it anyway and got a 2-0 win through the sim. Thank you very much. Oh my God, even Patrick Bamford is only worth $3.5 million. Like, that seems insane for... Okay, I definitely don't know if these overalls are, these are the overalls probably based off of last season. After Bamford's start in the Premier League, you'd have to say he's probably mid-70s at the very least, and definitely not worth $2 million. 26 years of age too as well, maybe that has a bit of an effect on it, but wow. It's insane to think he's worth less than 3, but Haaland's worth over $100 million. I think the age of it just has so much, there's so much, I think when they have adjusted player values and everything in FIFA this year, that age definitely comes into it. If you're younger, you're way more pricey. We have made it then to the semi-finals. I'm going to rotate the team a bit, give them a bit of a rest. Hopefully they'll be able to win the game regardless, and we'll make the final, and if we make it, I'll play it. No we don't. With the rotation team, it's not enough, and we're dumped out in the semis. How much more cash is that added into our budget then? That's another 2 mil on top of what we got before, so we're probably looking at around 22 million. Yeah, we are indeed. And let's be real, we have a high wage budget. Let's adjust that a bit. It's more like 30 million. Okay, so 30 million, we might be able to probably do a bit more with that. I've already started to add a couple of other goalkeepers and defenders into the shortlist as well. We've got Zach Steffen from Manchester City, and we've got Andre Lunin. I might even potentially look to loan some of these players if need be. We don't have to straight up buy players, but Ben White, 75, could maybe go for him. or Zebe. How do I still not know how to say this boy's name? Oh my god. But he's 22 from Manchester United. I might go for him just out of curiosity to see if I could buy him possibly if Manchester United is a rival to Leeds in career mode and if strict transfer negotiation settings mean I can't get him or not. But Chris Mepham is also another one from Bournemouth. I might be able to get him for... I hope he won't actually be all too expensive and he might be a good pickup. Finally, I've started doing so many drills that I'm starting to get the same drills that I've been doing keep coming up, which means I can simulate all the drills I've already got a good result for and I can just immediately get the... Oh, that is satisfying. Check it out. My starting 11 now has actually started to get the attribute boost for having their match sharpness up, and I'm hoping their morale's up as well. So that's good to see. We've taken care of that. But we have now reached, the 1st of August. We are a week away from our first Premier League game against Sheffield United. Interesting how it's not up-to-date fixtures. Come on, EA. What are we doing? Turn it up here. That's all good though. I might take this opportunity actually to send away a few scouts. I'll buy one more other top, decently rated scout, Brandon Townsend here, and we'll stick with 2 to start. Save a bit of money, not splash too much cash on the youth academy. But my highest rated English scout, I'll send away to England for 9 months. And Carter Arnold, what do I do with this guy? So many new countries now that you can scout in the game. I feel like it'd be a waste not to start utilizing a few of these areas, but I think I'm actually going to end up playing it safe. I was just thinking of sending him to Spain, but I also thought for a half a second, Leeds back in the day when they were in the Premier League, when their best ever Premier League team was loaded with Aussies, okay? I'm talking Viduka, Harry Kewell, Lucas Neal. There might have almost been more. I'm escaping my mind. Let's bring back a bit of Aussie flair to Leeds United, So let's do that. Let's go and scout Australia and see if we can find a few more Aussies to start kicking it for Leeds again. The next Neal, Kewell, or potentially even Viduka, I don't know. We've been able to add a few more players into the shortlist too, like some centre-backs more. Juan Foyth has popped up, Eric Garcia, who's actually playing, quite a decent amount of football for Man City in real life now because of all of their injuries. Rico Henry as well is in there, potentially assigning at left back too. But I've got options now, and I have definitely got a lot of players' ratings now. It is possible for me to go for certain players like Ben White. We might be able to sign him back as well as Chris Mepham, who's also an option, a slightly cheaper option as well. And then others too, like the goalkeepers. I'm definitely looking at, I don't know if I'd be able to even buy Andre Ludin. He'd be very expensive anyway, and I probably wouldn't bother. I wouldn't mind going for like Zach Steffen. I think he would be maybe a decent little pickup. But I think what I've decided to do is we won't make any transfers, I reckon, until, after this Sheffield United game. We'll keep scouting a few more players, and yeah, we'll play this one game with the Leeds team as it is in real life right now, so long as I haven't made any more additions to their team, and we'll give it a run and see how we go. With the team rested, fit, Rory to go for their first Premier League game in 2 decades or so. Come on. What's the mood like ahead of my first competitive game? This is a talented group of players. For Premier League standards, maybe not so much, but that's at least in-game because of their ratings. In real life, they're doing just fine. We've actually got a bit to live up to. Can we beat the drop this season? I think that we can. The players are good enough. We're ready for the fight. Yeah, let's say we're ready for the fight. And pre-season's been difficult for our captain, Liam Cooper. Now, I feel like it will eventually happen. We'll sign another centre-back and replace him, but he is the captain. So it becomes tricky then who we give the armband to after that. I'll have to do some input. I'll have to do some research, and I could do with your input. But every player has to earn his place. I don't know if that's the smartest thing, but Cooper's a big player. I'm going to say that. Yeah, it's thankfully enough. It's the right answer. It gives him a bit of a morale boost, but it's saying it how it is. Well then, we are ready to go. Our first Premier League game. The team's got their match sharpness up. We're all fit, fresh, ready to go. And we take on, for whatever reason, I don't know why the fixtures aren't updated, but whatever. It is still 10 days until the actual full proper release of the game, I guess. But regardless, it is Sheffield United, Leeds United. Can we get our first win in our first game? We are off then to Bramall Lane for our season opener in the Premier League. We want to make a big impression and get the first 3 points of the season if we can. I wonder who, as we take on Sheffield United today, will be one of my star men. Who's going to get the first goal under my reign? That's what I want to know. Who's going to be the man? Sheffield United with their familiar 5 at the back formation. McBurney, Mousset up top as well as some other decent little signings. Whereas my first team for Leeds United looking like this. A familiar back line, of course. The recently changed around midfield, though not by too much, with Jack Harrison, for whatever reason, at centre attack in midfield instead of on the left mid side. That's a bit weird. I have no idea why he's a mid. He's a winger. I don't know why he got such special plaudits there, but we are off. Off we go, ladies and gentlemen, in this career mode in the Premier League. Leeds are back. We could go straight up the middle here. I think I've timed that brilliantly. It's just the through ball is a little too much. Yeah, look at that. He has signed for Sheffield United. Top left, DePaul, one of the men I was looking at signing, signs for Sheffield United. Well, we were always going to go for Cousins anyway, so yeah, that just, I guess, confirms it, eh? Rodrigo, nice move there. I was thinking about slipping him in. Jack Harrison, look at the space for Rodrigo. Oh my God, I thought that defender would come and cut me off. Didn't happen. I should have just gone and shot with him. That was a poor decision on my part. We could still maybe work something here. Low cross if it's on. Maybe just a regular cross. Floated in! Couldn't be won by Click. And that is... that was our first real chance. That's a ball, you know. And I am a little concerned here. Cooper. There's a penalty. We've already given one away. I was giving away penalties like goddamn crazy in the little mini Newcastle career mode. And now I've given another one away in my first game with Leeds. Although I pretty much more put, I don't know, I thought he got the ball there and not, like, he didn't go through him to get it. I blamed the more sort of input delay I was having on my PlayStation, but this is on my PC. I have nothing of the sorts. Can we make the save here? Yes, we can! Still 0-0, big stop. Oh, thank God. And imagine that boy did it, DePaul, one of the guys we were going to sign, ends up scoring a penalty against me to concede our first Premier League goal. Nah, I wasn't going to let that happen. Good save, thank you. Clear this one. No, we don't. Wow, what a header. That was unbelievably powerful. I've got to be quick. We have a free kick. It looks like... we do have... Nah, we won't. I think by far Hernandez is my man. I'll put it up there. Nice and powerful. Get it to dip. Didn't time it. Oh, but it was saved by Ramsdale. I think it was a bit late. Well, so far, it looks like it's... Oh, another save. Thank you. That could be dangerous too. Oh, that's... Oh my God. 2 corners that nearly both went in. And a third, apparently. My Lord. How did that even come off of me? I have no idea. I cannot win a goddamn header. They're getting corner after corner. Is there any chance, boys, seriously, that we could win one header here? There we go. It's out. It's away. Referee, please. Still going here. Phillips. Can't get rid. Finally, it's over. Referee, this is a disgrace. We're nearly hitting the 50th minute. We're in the 50th minute, for God's sakes. What is this? And look at Harry Kane going to Real Madrid. Just chuck that in there, why don't you? Oh my God. Referee? Yeah, no. Let's see if you'd let that keep going. You unbelievable. You gave them every chance. They had 4 corners in a row. Well, nothing as of yet. No goals have been scored. I've come close on a few occasions. They had a penalty. So, you know, still anyone's game. Oh, look at this. Down the right-hand side. It's a low cross on. I'm going to go for it. Not a bad ball in, but it could not get there. O'Connell's been one of their best defenders. He's literally the one that pops up all the time. Oh, it was risky, but it's worked out. Left-hand side, maybe. God fucking damn it. I'm fuming. I knew. The second I went quiet was the second I knew I'd conceded. Because we can't complete passes, simple bloody passes. I brought out a centre-back and I just knew immediately, like, oh, I have made a huge error here and it only takes one. Mousset scores the first goal of the game and guys, can we actually hit our passes? Can we make the runs that we need to make? I'm still adapting to FIFA 21 still, and it is tough. But, oh boy, has this game been a little frustrating to start things off. Good play, left side. Stuart Dallas, little fake shot in there. Rodrigo, on the right foot, got it! Bit of an awkward one, falling away from it, but he scores the first. Come on, I knew it would be him to grab our first. It was not the cleanest of touches. I thought he wasn't going to hit that as sweet as he did, but he managed it. Down the left side, Dallas, our fullback, plays it into him, and onto the right foot. What a finish. That is a near instantaneous equaliser. You knew he would be the one to get it for me. Now is there a winner to be had? Bit of skill moves? No. God damn it. It's O'Connell every time. Oh wow, that's a poor one from him. The touch from Harrison, we lose it again. Giving the ball away constantly. And what is I need to pause. I need to show you something. Mate, have a look at what my back line does as soon as they start moving in. Look, all my defenders are within, at one point, they're all in the center circle. They're all within about 4 to 5 meters of each other. That is an amazing... I promise you I wasn't controlling any of those boys either. Okay, so some big defensive changes needed there. What is that? Good pass there. Short one. Now Hernandez. He's got no pace, but he can slip in. Rodrigo. Can Rodrigo get away though? Tight angle though. Rodrigo! 2-1! That is the goal. That finally gives us the lead. The away section goes nuts. We go mad. Hernandez. That was not more power. I would have loved a little more power on that through ball. But Rodrigo makes it work, and we make it 2-1. With the defender chasing. I swear if that's bloody O'Connell again, you knew it would be. He's been everywhere, but he won't stop that one. He won't stop that one. Cop it, Chris Wilder. Rodrigo has got a brace on his debut. Can we get him a hat-trick? I will happily just take the result as it is right now, but that would be nice, wouldn't it? Making some changes right at the end of the game here. Hernandez coming off, dragged after his shock and miss. Roberts is in. That's a ball in there. That's pounced upon by Casilla. We can hold this and see out the win, and I'll bloody do it. I don't care if it's a bit, there's a bit of shithousery going on there, but we boot it forward, and we walk away with a 2-1 victory against Sheffield United. We come back from going down, and that is our first win as gaffer. Take that, Chris Wilder, mate. Rodrigo, the hero, 2 goals, and the final score 2-1. Thank you very much. Chances came at quite a premium in this game. I'll eventually build the team and we'll get some, 80-something rated players going. The team will get better. I'll get more used to gameplay, but a 2-1 win to start, I can't complain. I'll tell you what, that was tough. That was tough. I didn't think, when we conceded, I was like, man, I don't know if I'll be able to come back and win this. We might be able to salvage a draw, but I didn't think a win was possible. But glorious stuff from Rodrigo as we do grab the win. Thank you very much, mate. I'm already in... not absolute love with him, but I'm pretty darn happy with him as a player. 6 foot, got height, got pace, can get in behind, and he's presenting himself all the time to be fed through on the counter-attack or in build. Like, he's looking good so far. So, first Premier League games in the books. We've got a game against Fulham coming up, then Arsenal and Manchester United. That'll be a big one, I'm sure. Can't wait for that one. I reckon in the next episode, because we probably will leave it here, we'll start making some big moves for some of these players. And again, leave in the comments down below, out of all the players in this shortlist, who do we make a move for first? We've got defenders and goalkeepers. Like you said, you wanted me to strengthen that area, and I definitely agree. That's probably what we should do. But we have multiple players. I mean, we could probably get rid of Rodrigo de Paul. You made the wrong choice, mate. You weren't supposed to go to there, mate. You're supposed to come here. Maybe then you wouldn't have been on the end of that L. But either way, that is that. Thank you all so much for watching episode 1 of the Leeds United career mode. We'll start making some big signings in the next episode. Build that team up just a little bit more. Fill in some of the areas in the team that I think we could do with some filling in. Centre backs, full backs, another centre mid. Goalkeeper, Casilla let one in at his near post, but overall can't really complain. He was okay. But thank you all so much for watching. If you have indeed enjoyed this one, then make sure you, of course, like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is only the start of the career mode, so make sure you subscribe. Stick around for it. It's going to be a banger. Till the next episode, my name is MasterBucks. Catch you later, and bye-bye.